Hello, I'm Lindsay, and if we haven't met before, I'm a business coach who is passionate about helping ambitious business owners just like you bridge the gap between where they are and where they want to be. And I created this playlist, A Balanced Approach to Business Growth, not to add to the overwhelm that you might be feeling or the noise that is out there, but to help you find the courage to create a business that you will operate, that you will want to give your time to. That is you moving towards your success in your own incredible way. A success that is aligned even with what's most important to you. Now, today I do want to talk about the noise out there. I know it's a bit ironic, but stay with me. That noise that tells you you've got to hustle harder, you need to get up at 4, that you need to post 5 times a day, you need to start a podcast, launch a membership, build a funnel. It is never ending, to the point where you're then wondering if your cat has better insights. Other pets are available, of course. But today, let's cut through all the fluff and the faff and talk about how to get clear on what actually matters in your business. Because clarity is where the power is. But how do we even step away from all of this noise? How do we tune in to what's most important for ourselves? Now, if you're feeling overwhelmed at the moment, it might be a sign that you just need to press pause. Now, that doesn't mean disappearing, off the face of the earth, living in a yurt, making candles, unless you want to. It doesn't mean that you suddenly have to start doing yoga at 3 o'clock in the morning, unless you want to. What I'm talking about here is creating real space so that you can hear yourself, so that you can explore the thoughts that you're having, the ideas that are coming. So it's about muting some accounts, maybe, that you are being fed noise from. It's about stepping back from the constant input that we allow. And it might be logging out of, that WhatsApp group that just does not fill you with joy anymore. So here are 4 things that you can do really quick to help you cut through the noise and giving you then time for that reset that you need. And I just want to add here, you can cut this noise out for now to give yourself the space, and you can bring it back if it's needed. And there is a difference, isn't there, between really great content that you are consuming and noise. And sometimes they get muddled, I guess. So what I'm saying to you here is there are 4 things I'm going to share with you that you can do, and you can bring back into your life, into your business at a time that feels right, some of the content that you know is valuable. But for now, to create the space that you need, here are 4 things that you can do. 1, unsubscribe from email lists, emails that you never read, emails that right now don't feel aligned. I did it recently. I've been on an email list for a business coach who I worked with many years ago, but I'm not aligned with her. She's not aligned with me anymore. And it comes into my inbox. I try and find time to read it, and sometimes I do read her emails, but quite honestly, the alignment's no longer there. But there was a real guilt around, I can't, what if she knows I've unsubscribed? What if I upset her? But quite honestly, it's just filling my inbox with more noise. So that is an example where it feels like it's noise. So I have unsubscribed. Now, I can subscribe again anytime I like. And that's what I mean. This is about a choice. So get more discerning about what's coming into your inbox. Is it just noise? Is it adding to the overwhelm? Is it just leaving you feeling that you're not good enough? Decide what comes in. Decide on the content that is most beneficial to you. Turn off notifications. Even if it's just for an hour, whether these notifications are on your desktop, and if you just heard a bing, that's a notification I should have turned off before I started recording. But seriously, if you want to really focus on some work, or really give yourself time to hear your thoughts, to explore your ideas, to think about the projects that you want to work on, perhaps understand why something isn't working, you need to give yourself space to do that. So turn off those notifications just for an hour or three. I promise you the world won't end, and you can turn them back on when you're ready. Number three, do a brain dump. Get those whirling, swirling thoughts out of your head and onto paper. When we've got too much going on up here, even if it's all the, that mental list of all the things you've got to do for the school, for example, or the mental list of all the things you need to do for yourself personally, or that mental list of all the things you don't want to forget in your business, just get it all down on paper. Because when all these tabs are open, you cannot think. You cannot think clearly, and you certainly will struggle to make any decisions. Just get everything out onto paper. From there, you can start to see what's most urgent. From there, you can start to see what does need your attention and what you need to do, and allocate time to do that, which might be in that moment. 1 hour might get rid of 5 tasks, 6 tasks, but do what you can to remove the clutter from up here. Now, my fourth tip is, always ask yourself, is this moving me towards my goal? Is this moving my business towards success? So, for example, if you're struggling to unsubscribe from an email, ask yourself, is the content helping you to move forward? If you're giving your time to an activity in your business again and again and again, but it's really eating up your time, it's really eating up your energy, and it is not filling you with joy, ask yourself, is that activity moving you towards your business goal, moving you towards the success that you're going after? So it might be immediately you can see it's something that can be outsourced. And if you're going, oh, but Lindsey, I can't afford to outsource stuff right now, add it to a list for when you are ready. Although please know, we have to create time in our business to work on it. We have to create time to be able to move our businesses forward. And sometimes that investment to outsource will give you the time that you need to grow your business. Give yourself the time that you need to work with paying clients even. So really think about that. So always ask yourself, is this moving me towards my goal, the success? Or is it just filling time? Because if it's filling time, you know what to do. Get rid of it, outsource it, remove yourself from it. Because clarity isn't about adding more. Clarity doesn't come from adding more. It's about stripping away what is not needed. So these 4 tips are not only great for helping you to create the mental space that you need to make decisions, to work on your business, but they also start to help you, or they start to help you. That's a long way around of saying that. They also help you in understanding where you're giving your time. They help you to understand what you need to strip away because it's not needed anymore. Quite often in business, as our businesses evolve and grow, we just keep doing the same things. We just keep adding in things, more activities, more tasks, more stuff to do because we need a funnel, we need a membership, we need these things. Remember, I said those at the beginning. So these 4 tips are really, really valuable to you. So unsubscribe. And when I say unsubscribe, you can unsubscribe from Facebook groups. It's leaving, but you know what I mean. It could be leaving a WhatsApp group that is just driving you insane. So think about what you can unsubscribe or leave, turn off those notifications, get everything out onto a piece of paper so that you can really create some thinking space for clarity, and ask yourself, is this moving me towards my goals or just filling time? Now, I also want to talk very briefly about trusting advice from the right people, not just anyone. And we all fall into this trap because we, might admire someone or they seem so much further than us, and there are plenty of people out there who are incredible coaches, who are incredible business owners, who share incredible content. But we need to get more discerning because it can add to your overwhelm. It can simply become noise. Never mind about add to the noise. It just becomes noise. So be careful, be discerning, not careful, be discerning. But this is where it gets really fun, okay? And I want to touch on this. That really lovely person that you have, your great friend who's built a thriving Etsy shop and is full of creative ideas. And now they want to help you rebrand your service-based business, even if it's not quite the same thing. Yeah, they might not be the person to be listening to. Or maybe your cousin's just finished a graphic design course and wants to give your business a bold new look. Yeah, lovely offer. But strategy and brand positioning goes a lot deeper than picking fonts and colors. So maybe that's something that you don't need to accept, or an offer of help you don't need to accept. Or maybe your neighbor's cousin brother who knows a bit about SEO wants to help. Yeah, they're probably not your go-to advisor either. And no disrespect to AI. AI does not know you, does not know the nuances of your life, of your vision, of your business, your values, or the big picture. The best advice you can possibly get for your business comes from the people that you can trust, that you do trust. People who know you, who get your business, who aren't just trying to sell you the latest must-do strategy. So if you have someone in your life who helps you zoom out, reconnect, and make clear decisions, hold on to them because they're gold. But start to notice where you are being kind in accepting the help of your brother's, sister's, uncle's, wife's dog. I'm being foolish, I know, but hopefully you're getting the message there. The other way to really tune out the noise, to get discerning about the content that you're consuming, those that you trust, reconnect with your values and your vision, because this, my friend, is the secret source of clarity. I can't believe I just said this, my friend. But it is the secret source of clarity. That just shows you the kind of stuff that I've been consuming. But let's get serious. I'll stop laughing. Your vision, it can be, lots of people talk about vision and it's full of like fluffy words and dramatic and, it's got to be where you want to, I can't even describe it because I tune that stuff out. Your vision, quite simply, and this is what I want you to remember, is where you want to go. It's the end destination. It's that, quite simply. And that might include what you want your life to look like, what you want to be doing more of with your loved ones, and where your business is. It might be 5 figures. It might be 6 figures, from a turnover perspective. It might be that you want to work with 100 incredible women and you want to make an impact. Just really tune in to that end destination. I said at the beginning, success that you are choosing, success that you have defined. This is it. The end, your vision is that. It's what you're building towards, what you want to build towards, the kind of business you want to run, the life you want it to support, and how you want to feel along the way. And you do get to decide what it looks like. And it doesn't have to be 7 figures. It doesn't have to be a full team or a fancy app or a course that sells in your sleep. It might be working 4 days a week and picking up your kids from school every day. It might be delivering brilliant work with fewer clients, more ease and no burnout. When you reconnect with that, you can start making decisions for your business from a place of alignment and not overwhelm and not knee-jerk. So next time you need to make a decision about your business, because you've got the space to do that, ask yourself, does this move my business? I'll try that again. Does this decision move me closer to the business I actually want? That's what I was trying to say. Is this something I feel excited about or just something I think I should do? When your decisions are rooted in your values and your vision, you will stop chasing someone else's version of success and you will create your own. And that is what you want. Because when we do that, it is easier. I'm not going to say it's easy, but it becomes easier. One other thing I want to just touch on before I sort of bring this to a close is lead, don't follow. So I want to talk about leadership, and I don't mean standing on a stage or shouting the loudest online. I mean quietly steering your business in a direction that feels right for you. Now, this really does matter, and you are allowed to lead in a way that doesn't look like anyone else's path and doesn't look like someone who is on the stage shouting the loudest. So what am I talking about? It's choosing strategies that feel good to you and make sense, that might not be trendy. For example, if you love deeper conversations, and you don't want to do a dance, and be pointing at things and doing and creating 5 reels a week. You know, networking, those all important golden one-to-ones following that networking event. It might be thinking more creatively about how you can have more conversations as opposed to creating lots of reels. It might be saying no when others are saying yes. So yes, maybe everyone is launching a group program. I'm not saying they are, by the way, I'm just using it as an example. But you love one-to-one work, then stick to the one-to-one work. Lean into that. You will stand out more by doing what's true to you. And actually, if launching a group program doesn't feel right, and I've launched group programs and failed at it, by the way, it's because everyone told me I had to do it. So I tried to do it. But actually, my clients get the most from me because they work with me one-to-one. Now, since those many unsuccessful launches, I have created a membership that I wrap around my one-to-one, and that feels aligned. That feels good. So that's a great example of doing it your way. When I tried to do what everyone told me to do, it didn't work. Felt awful. Felt hard work. It was disappointing. Everyone else can do it. Why can't I? So lean into what's important to you. Lean into what's working for you. Because when you tune into what's working in your business and you do more of that, rather than starting from scratch and doing what everyone else says you should be doing, that feels better, doesn't it? So tune in to what's working for you. And that does mean, I guess, going against the grain, and that can be quite scary. And it might be going at a slightly slower pace, having a quieter presence, or more thoughtful offers. And this is what you need to know. That is not playing small. That is playing smart. That is playing in a way that works for you. It is about being anchored in your strengths, your rhythm, and your version of success. And when you stay grounded in that, your strategy, your way of working, your people, suddenly business feels like yours again. And surely that's what we all want, isn't it? A business that feels like it's ours and not somebody else's. And that can happen. You might even look at your business right now and go, this feels like me, but this doesn't. Explore why it doesn't. Create space to explore why it doesn't. So if you are feeling stuck in the noise, just step back. Get quiet, reconnect, strip it back. Get focused on your end destination and move towards that. And if you need some help getting clear on what your next steps are, what feels aligned, if you've lost sight of your vision and want to get reconnected, book a clarity coaching call with me. I will put the link below. We'll take that fluff off the table and we'll focus on what really matters to you in your business. And if this kind of grounded, honest support is your thing, please remember to hit subscribe, or maybe you know someone that needs to hear my message today. Because this playlist is where I help you grow a business that fits you without the faff, the frenzy, or the fluff, or the pointing if you don't want to do it. Thank you for spending some of your precious time with me today. And I look forward to hearing or reading your comments below. Please do take a moment to, drop me a comment if something has resonated. I'd love to know. Or if there's something you'd like me to explore in more depth for you. And until next time, keep taking the steps in any shape or form that works for you and trust that it will work out.